Okay, so we have some pretty huge news coming from Wuthering Waves about the current situation on version 2.3. This literally just released. I was about to upload a video talking about all the backlash that's been going on from the Chinese audience, but it seems like they've actually released a statement here over on their Twitter, on their official Wuthering Waves page, and released this to all of the regions as well. I saw one on the career page as well, and they say, regarding the version 2.3 preview special program, to our dear rovers, after the Wuthering Waves version 2.3 preview special program, we received plenty of suggestions, thoughts, and criticisms from you, which obviously is going to be, you know, that feedback channel that they had in Discord, and also some other stuff, I'm guessing. They say, we've been paying close attention to all feedback, and we'd like to take this opportunity to address your concerns and sincerely apologize for our disappointment. Our roadmap for the recent versions of Wuthering Waves allocated development resource to an anniversary experience in version 2.3 that is both relaxing and entertaining. However, this allocation did not meet our rovers' expectations for an anniversary celebration. At the same time, we fell short in how the broadcast was structured, scripted, and presented, leading a poor viewing experience, which I honestly didn't think it was that bad, but okay. We say, we at the dev team have identified and acknowledged certain shortcomings in our content management, preparation, and delivery. What has happened has shown us even more clearly that Wuthering Waves' accomplishments over the past year would not have been possible without our rovers, especially rovers who have been with us on this journey from the very start. We want you to know that we're planning future versions with you in mind, so please stay tuned for more updates. Again, we deeply apologize for failing to meet these expectations of our longtime rovers. We also recognize there's still much room for improvement in how we operate and support the game long term. We're committed to growing and refining every aspect of Wuthering Waves. To express our gratitude and sincerest apologies, we will be launching a login event this week where the following content is available to unlock and claim in the open time. The opening time will be given in a later official announcement. And pretty much they give away 30 free pools. Now, honestly, I think it's pretty good. Now, I feel like, you know, we've got 10 Radiant Tide, 10 Forging Tide, 10 Lustrous Tide. So obviously, it's only actually 10 limited pools, which again, I feel like there's going to be a lot of problems with that. And I feel like some people are going to have a couple of issues. But honestly, it is good that they've not acknowledged this and actually handed out a couple more pools. Obviously, I don't know if this, they said that it's coming out in the next kind of week or so, which obviously isn't during the update. So I feel like, you know, maybe there should have been a little bit more. I'm not sure if that was just like my opinion on this, but I still think 30 pools is actually pretty good. I mean, I still think that is a very good way to acknowledge the situation. I hope that they do kind of acknowledge some of the other stuff. I don't really know if they say, I don't know if they say they're going to add anything else into the game in the future. They don't really mention it at all. But they say, yeah, we'll be launching a login event this week where the following content will be available to unlock and claim. So yeah, this will be coming up. And they say the opening time will be given in a later official announcement, which again, I think they're going to see how, you know, people react to this. Obviously, Narashir says they did it, 30 pools with more info in the future to come, which again, might be kind of cool. So wait, they do say more info to come. Okay, that's actually really, really cool. Sorry, I did not read that properly, sorry. This is just like literally just come out. I haven't actually read through all of this. This is the first time that I'm seeing this myself. And honestly, if they are planning on adding more stuff in the future and preparing to add more stuff into this anniversary version while also giving us these 30 pools in compensation, honestly, I think this could actually be pretty good. You know, I think there is still, yeah, much more room to improvement, and we'll operate and support the game long term. I mean, what happened has shown us clearly Wuthering Waves' accomplishments over the past few years. Again, there is still a lot of stuff here, and they're saying they apologize for, you know, not meeting the expectations. So again, it seems like there is some more stuff coming to Wuthering Waves in the future, and hopefully, you know, we see more stuff. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. It's kind of surprising that this has come out so soon. I mean, some people were saying it took a long time. Some people were saying it didn't take a long time. But honestly, this is really, really good. They'd say, yeah, they were addressing support and concern. And yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting to see what happens. Say, Kuro, they're still going to say 130 pools in a filler patch is not enough. You need to do more. Which again, I feel like some people aren't so happy. They say only 10 more pools. Obviously, there's 12 replies to this. They're saying, is it 30 pools or do you not read? Do you want $100 or something? Which I guess, yeah, I guess that is true. 30 pools is really good. Obviously, 10 of them are limited, or 20 of them are limited if you count the weapon ones. I mean, honestly, that is pretty good. And if they do actually add other stuff as well, they say what happened has shown us even more clearly that Wuthering Waves' accomplishments over the past year. We want you to know that we're planning future versions with you in mind. So yeah, I don't think this is going to be anything coming out in the anniversary version, but I reckon maybe they're going to plan to add even more rewards and even more stuff in the future for Wuthering Waves, which honestly could be very exciting. You know, maybe it is a free 5-star or something like that, which people have been kind of hinting at or whatever, or maybe it is just some kind of more generous event. Honestly, I do think this makes up for it for now. It's going to be very important to see what happens in the future versions of Wuthering Waves and what they do with it in the future, because I feel like that is going to be one of the big points as to why people are going to be happy or angry at the fact that a lot of this stuff has been coming out. But yeah, it's very interesting because, again, there's been a little bit of a mixed reaction. I feel like there's going to be even more of a mixed reaction to this as well. Obviously, the initial update itself also had a pretty mixed reaction. Some people were happy with the rewards that came out. Some people weren't, which, again, I wasn't happy with them. And I feel like, 10 more limited pools and 20 more pools for other, 20 limited pools and 10 permanent pools is actually really good. And I feel like, that could definitely help out a lot of people. Now, is it like, I don't really know. I'm kind of like toying with the idea here of whether this is enough or not. I feel like it is for now. I feel like if they do add more in the future, I think that is definitely enough of an apology for what is going on at the moment, plus all of these 30 pools. I mean, again, as I said, I can definitely foresee a lot of backlash coming from this, and a lot of people saying it's still not enough. But let's be real, there's going to be people that aren't going to be happy with it either way, There's going to be people that were expecting a free 5-star. There's going to be people that are expecting like all of these free rewards, which are pretty insane and are pretty much like nonsensical, It gets to the point where it's just like, okay, why are we even asking for this? This is just like way too much. And, this just doesn't really make any sense at all. So there is always going to be those people that are pushing for more and more and more, but honestly, 30 pools to make up for this and 30 pools to kind of increase the overall rewards we're getting, I honestly think that's pretty decent. It would have been nice if they actually just added it onto the total of the anniversary. I don't really care about getting them this week or anything like that. Obviously, it's not too far from the anniversary anyways, but if they just added it on top and said, hey, we're actually giving you this many pools, I feel like that would have been a better way to go around it, just to kind of, I guess, improve the overall player's experience and improve how a player actually reacts to this. Because again, I feel like, saying that it's going to come out a week early, people are going to say you didn't actually make any changes to the anniversary. That is a point that is probably going to come up. But at the same time, they are still giving you more rewards, and they're also promising, more changes in the future and more like better player focused things. And hopefully this is something that Wuthering Waves can learn from, We've had situations like this, which Wuthering Waves are learning from very constantly. Obviously, we had the censorship issue a while ago, where they quickly turned around and changed stuff and issued a kind of announcement to do with this. So hopefully this means that in the future, that they do actually, kind of make some changes and make a couple of different, I guess, like mental changes in how they're going to actually, reward their community, especially for an anniversary, like the next anniversary as well. I definitely think, they should keep what happened here in mind so that they can avoid a situation like this in the future. Because again, there is probably some people that have left the game over this, which again, obviously, I think they're a bit extreme for that and a bit like, they've gone a bit too far for leaving the game over that. But, there are some people that weren't happy about this at all and weren't happy with the game's state. And so if they can keep this in mind for their future versions and also for the future updates, future rewards, future anniversaries, I think that Wuthering Waves can definitely go far. And I definitely think with a really quick feedback response like this, I feel like, this definitely proves how good Wuthering Waves has been at listening. Now, obviously, people are going to say in the comments like, oh, it was just a plan from Kuro Games and there's a plan all along just to say that they listened. I honestly don't think it was. Just from the fact of like all of these rewards that they've handed out, I feel like this wasn't a completely planned thing at all. They might have contingency plans, which is what, a lot of companies do have anyways. Like not even just gadget companies, just companies in general have contingency plans. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the overall reaction to this is as this tweet kind of ages a little bit more, because obviously I'm literally right on the case. This came out, a couple of minutes ago, so it's kind of crazy how quick this has all come out. But it is really good to see that Wuthering Waves are owning up to the mistakes. They do see that there has been an issue with this entire anniversary, and hopefully they can provide a lot of changes in the future. Again, so what we're mainly getting is 33 pools, 20 of them being limited, limited, 10 being limited banner, 10 being weapon banner, 10 being standard banner, which again is a good addition. I feel like it will help out a lot of people. And honestly, for an apology and for just adding a little bit more on top of it, to the rewards that we're already getting, I feel like it's pretty decent, because that brings us up to about, if you include if you include permanent pools in this, then I feel like, that goes up to how many, like 50, 60, 70 pools, I think. I think it'd be it'd be 70 pools if you include the permanent ones. If you don't include the permanent ones, that'll bring us up to around 60, and if you don't include the weapon ones, then that'll bring us up to 50. So however you want to go about it, you know, it's a pretty good number. I feel like that is a pretty good number for an anniversary event. It just would have been nice if they released it at the anniversary. But yeah, overall, really good news from Wuthering Waves. Hopefully they do improve this, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that this was a good move? Do you think that, you know, it's a good idea that they've handed out these awards, or do you think they should have just, you know, stuck with what they had? I feel like it's a good move, especially just because of all the backlash that they have been getting. I might still upload that backlash video because they've still been getting quite a bit, but hey, maybe not, because again, this video is kind of aged poorly now. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.